Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with a Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon moveset video guide analysis, whatever you want to call it. This time we're going to be talking about the Ultra Beast Naganadel, the evolution of Poipole. And I actually want to talk about that Pokemon a little bit too, probably in its own video when it goes down in tiers. But Naganadel is Poison and Dragon, so this is a typing that is shared with Dragalge. It is resistant to fighting, poison, bug, fire, water, grass, and electric, and it's only weak to ground, psychic, ice, and dragon. So pretty good resistances there. It doesn't have the best defenses, base 73 and everything that's not its special attack and speed. So pretty below average defenses, maybe just about at that average bar, but it does have incredible speed at base 121, hitting a max of 375, and base 127 special attacks. So it hits incredibly hard, and it has a great move pool as well. So I'll be talking about it in this video. If you guys missed any of my previous moveset videos, I encourage you to check them out. There's a playlist down below. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. I'll be streaming Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, and you can keep up to date with me. So anyway, Naganadel. This Pokemon has a really solid move pool, okay? The first set we're going to be talking about is Nastyplot, because they decided to give this Pokemon Nastyplot on top of having Beast Boost. Now, I say that because if you are running a Timid Nature with max speed and you get a KO, you always get a speed boost on this Pokemon. So this Pokemon, which now has access to Nastyplot, can also boost its speed while just attacking. It doesn't even have to set up while doing it. So this is probably the main set running around right now, and it's Nastyplot, Draco Meteor, Sludge Wave, and Fire Blast with Dragonium Z. Basically, Draco Meteors are stab. With Dragonium Z, it becomes a nuke, OHKOing Pokemon like Toxapex, Spadef Toxapex, and pretty much making Pokemon like AV Slowking, AV Tyranitar, and Spadef Heatran rise in usage at the moment. Those are actually sets that are running around right now. Specifically, AV T-Tar and AV Slowking is running around because it's one of the few things that can actually take a +2 Z move and knock it out with Psychic in return. Whereas Tyranitar can tank hits because of the Sand Spadef boost as well as the Assault Vest, and then deal with it with either chipping away with it with Pursuit, hitting it with Ice Beam, Earthquake, Stone Edge, moves like that. But Dragon's Poison is really solid together, especially when they gave this Pokemon Fire Blast, because the only thing that Dragon Poison actually misses out on is Steel, and they gave this Pokemon Fire Blast. So Draco Meteor is your main form of stab. Again, this is your strongest attack you're firing off. Sludge Wave is great, especially with all the fairies running around, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, just to name a few. And then Fire Blast allows you to deal with Scizor, Ferrothorn, Skarmory, Celesteela, and also Magearna. Speaking of which, Magearna Assault Vest doesn't appreciate a +2 Fire Blast. It's a guaranteed 2-hit KO on Magearna, which is a lot to say about Magearna, because Spadef Magearna Assault Vest can actually take 2 modest Hydro Pumps from Specs Kingdra. So that's a lot to say that you get a solid 2-hit KO from a Nastyplot boosted Fire Blast. But the idea is max speed, max special attack, and once you get your KO, you start boosting. When I like to set out this mon, I just like to drop a Draco with it, drop a Z Draco. Right now in the meta, I feel like this Pokemon is really good, right? And there's a lot of controversy around it. People are talking about will it get banned or whatnot. I have no actual opinion on that just yet, but the way I like to play this Pokemon, and I actually have a showdown live where I showcase this Pokemon going up in 2 hours, is I just like to attack with it immediately, because it guarantees me a kill or it guarantees me damage on something like Assault Vest Tyranitar, which can then let me later set up and get some KOs. But this is probably your main set. You're always going to go with this. On Nastyplot, I think you should always go with this. It does have other special attacks like Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt will probably be the only notable one. Like, it does have access to Signal Beam and Dragon Pulse, but you want Draco for the pure power, especially because you're using it for the Dragonium Z, so it becomes incredibly strong. But Specs is the next set that we do have running around, because of its high speed tier being faster than Latios and Keldeo, Kartana, Pokemon like that. It can run a pretty cool spec set, and it does have access to U-turn in its move pool, so it can also gain momentum. But the idea of this set, pretty similar to Nastyplot, except you're not boosting. you are just dropping an attack, like dropping a Draco, going for Sludge Wave, Fire Blast, or U-turning out to gain momentum if you predict your opponent to go out to Tyranitar. For example, if you expect your opponent to go out to Tyranitar, you can go for U-turn, get off a little bit of chip, and while it will do less than a Specs Draco to Assault Vest Tyranitar, you don't have to end up taking, you know, pursuit damage from that, which does about like 50 or so percentage to Naganadel if you do switch out, so around that area, which, you know, makes its switch-ins limited. So it's basically your standard dragon. I would compare it to Hydreigon with a great move pool, 2 great stabs, and then access to U-turn so you can actually abuse that. So this is a very solid Specs user. Obviously Hydreigon is bulkier, but this is a very solid Specs user, and for the most part, fairies are scared to come in on it, right? So for the most part, you could drop a Draco unless you are Magearna, and Fire Blast is your way. I love how they gave this thing Fire Blast. Otherwise, Magearna would be an all-around check or answer. Now, a few other options on the Choice Specs set. Flamethrower for one. Because you are Choice Specs, you don't really need Fire Blast. Specs Flamethrower, for the most part, is going to 2-hit KO everything except for Max Spadef Assault Vest Magearna. But Fire Blast, if you couple in the mischance and the chance that maybe you're fighting a Celesteela and they go for Protect, the low PP, sometimes Flamethrower is worth that trade-off, right? So weaker, but guaranteed to hit. The other one is Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt allows you to hit Toxapex as well as Celesteela Skarmory in that same, you know, general area, as well as like Spadef Mantine will go down to Specs, Thunderbolt, and whatnot. So Pokemon like that. But for the most part, I think Flamethrower is better just to be able to get that hit off on steals. Now, Hidden Power Ground is actually the next one, but I'm sorry about that. I want to change it, but it sucks that this Pokemon cannot run Hidden Power Fighting. Just unfortunate that this Pokemon cannot run Hidden Power Fighting, but mainly because it is an Ultra Beast, so they have static EVs. I don't know why it says Gen 5 OU, but let's go to... I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I don't know why I moved that, but I was trying to show you guys the thing just to make sure that this was legal for you. Just to show you that HP Ground is legal, but I want to show you that Hidden Power Fighting is not legal on this Ultra Beast. So it should tell me that's not legal. Yep. So basically, I just want to show you that it cannot run Hidden Power Fighting, which we know pretty cool because then Specs Tyranitar, or AV Tyranitar, excuse me, wouldn't be the best to check because if you Nastyplot up, hit it with a plus 2 HP Fighting, that's 4 times effective, it'd do some damage. But Hidden Power Ground is a good option because it actually gives you a really strong hit versus Heatran, doing up to 98%. And Heatran is also running around being able to deal with this, and that's, you know, Spadef taking a lot from this as well. So it gives you that solid 2-hit KO on Heatran, which all your other moves wouldn't be able to do. And I want you guys to know that Nastyplot Draco is ridiculously strong. This Pokemon can single-handedly take on stall teams, especially with the Dugtrio ban, not being able to trap it with Focus Sash Dugtrio, or even just Dugtrio in general. But yeah, Focus Sash would be the set because obviously Naganadel does outspeed it. But not being able to trap it, with that and the fact that the special wall on stall is Chansey, right? But Chansey runs Seismic Toss and Toxic. If they run Thunder Wave, they miss out on Toxic, or, you know, their Cleric move, or Stealth Rock, which they do need on stall. Like, they're the best Stealth Rocker on stall. So it's amazing how good this thing is versus stall, because Nastyplot Z Draco does like what, up to 60-something%, I want to say 70% Chansey. The Chansey I did, like, it took a ridiculous amount, and Chansey has to 3-hit KO you with Seismic Toss, right? So this is just an idea. Then the Unaware Mon on stall, Clefable is destroyed by Sludge Wave, right? Skarmory on stall is destroyed by Fire Blast. Sableye has Foul Play, which does close to like 30% or whatever. You Nastyplot up, 26% I think, around there. You Nastyplot up, you Draco, it's dead. So this is a really solid Mon versus stall, which is pretty cool. I did run into a few variations of stall. One of them had Weavile, which was like the best way that they had to deal with me. And even then, Weavile has to either risk missing Ice Cold Crash or go for Pursuit, predicting me to switch out. And if my opponent goes for Pursuit and I stay in, I get rid of Weavile. If they miss Ice Cold Crash, you know, I knock them out and I can sweep through their team. So, just something to note that this Pokemon is pretty cool with that. Really good balance breaker as well. So, the last set we have is Choice Scarf. Now, this set does not run Max. You can run Max, of course, if you want to speed tie with other +1 Naganadel. That's completely fine. But on this set, I actually ran 168 speed and 252 special attack and 88 HP. What the 168 speed does is it ensures that my special attack is higher than my speed. So because that is my highest stat, I end up getting a special attack raise instead of a speed raise when I pick up a KO. So think of it similar to Nihilego, when that thing is Scarf and it goes for Sludge Wave or Power Gem at the end. It could potentially just get Beast Boosts and potentially sweep through your opponent because you're locked into a move. So similar to that, this is what this mon does. Obviously, like I said, you can run max speed, just a speed tie with other +1 Naganadel, which is great and all, but you won't be getting the special attack raise. So it's a pretty cool Scarfer. Unfortunately, it is slower than Greninja, so I thought there was no point in going max speed, but you still outspeed Choice Scarf Latios with this speed spread, or this spread, and the HP investment actually guarantees that you take an Ice Beam from Magearna as well as an Earth Power from Timid Heatran. It guarantees that you take the hit, so they won't ever be able to knock you out with that, unless they obviously crit you. But Timid Heatran, offensive Magearna, you take an Ice Beam from it, guaranteed, and you take an Earth Power from Heatran. So that's what the HP actually helps with. It also helps you like lower the damage output of Tapu Koko's Magnet Thunderbolt. I believe it does 44 to 51, 52%. And HPI does the exact same thing as Magnet Thunderbolt. So yeah, that's just that damage range. I would show you guys calcs, but unfortunately the damage calculator, like, it's supposed to be updated, but I can't see them on mine just yet. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Oh, I also have Friend shirts. I wasn't going to announce it in this video. I announced it in the other one, but if you guys want to check them out, they're limited edition. Sorry, that was just a tab there. But I announced it in my other video. I didn't want to do it here. But yeah, Choice Scarf, pretty cool. I think its best set though is easily Nastyplot. Just good as a breaker. But I like Specs a lot just because it can, you know, hit hard, threaten Pokemon out, U-turn out. But yeah, good checks to it. Assault Vest Tyranitar is running around. Assault Vest Slowking is pretty cool and knocks out with Psychic. AV Magearna is also a really good check because unless your Specs Fire Blast with like rocks up and whatnot, you're not doing much to Magearna. And even +2, you know, you're not doing too much to Magearna. 2 KOs, you know, still not that much. Consider it's Magearna, right? But yep, Scarf is just pretty cool, and I've actually tested it just a little bit. And being able to get a boost with Sludge Wave, like a late game sweep with Sludge Wave, is so cool. So like the way I play this Scarf set is I just send it in and go for U-turn multiple times, right? Basically wearing down Pokemon like AV Tyranitar, Magearna coming in, and the idea is get rid of my opponent's switches to it and then spam Sludge Wave to win in the late game, right? Maybe you have to click Fire Blast once or twice on Magearna coming in, weakening it, and then or getting rid of it later. But really cool mon. I'm excited to showcase it later. I already recorded the live. You guys can check that out. Like I said, it will be up at 4 p.m. and 2 hours. And yeah, feel free to let me know your thoughts on this Pokemon. How have you been using it? Did you use it any differently? Like, as for any other move pool or any other move that it does end up getting, I don't know why it's not letting me show this. Oh, we're in the we're still in 5th gen OU for some reason. Like, as far as like doubles goes, it gets Tailwind, which is pretty cool. It has a decent physical move pool, but only base 73 attack. Like, it has like Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, Gunk Shot, whatnot. It also has Heat Wave, but you know, Flamethrower is accurate and whatnot, as well as it's also like the same base power, so there's no point. But for doubles, obviously Heat Wave is pretty cool. So it does have that that sort of, I could see it in doubles. Like, I don't want to go into VGC too much because I'm, you know, still learning and whatnot, but like a U-turn Tailwind set maybe with Heat Wave and Sludge Wave or something, or Draco or anything like that, or Sludge Bomb rather, not Sludge Wave, because Sludge Wave hits all 3 opponents in VGC. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this Pokemon, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.